Hello, my name is Wendy. Welcome to my very first vlog. I'm a Canadian artist and illustrator living on the west coast of British Columbia. In this vlog, I will be doing some newbie level gouache painting. I'm going to be doing an order packing, and we're going to be taking the dogs on a beautiful early spring walk. So sit back and watch, and I really hope you enjoy this first vlog of mine. So here we are, March sketchbook. It's just a book I made, and I've stitched it together, and I've used this really thick, cheap watercolor paper that I got at a local art store, and I'm using it in the sketchbook because it's like the exact same on both sides. It's the same texture, and it takes water media the same on both sides. So I think that's good for a sketchbook because then I can fill up both sides. I started playing with some watercolor pencils. So like, you know, it's like a colored pencil that when you add water to it, it dissolves, as you can see. Not dissolved, dissolved. And then I thought, you know, I really wanted to learn gouache, so then I started learning gouache. And so these are the gouache colors that I have, and they are mostly all Winsor & Newton designer gouache. I got like their starter pack, which has a warm and a cool of each of the primaries. And it came also with, of course, the white and the black. And I'm learning very quickly that you go through a lot of white. And it also came with a yellow ochre and the green, which is permanent green middle. And then I just bought a couple of extra colors for mixing, and these ones are M. Graham brand. And I've got this burnt sienna and the dioxazine purple, because the purple is very, very, very dark. And I think it's going to be a really good alternative to black, because black, you know, kind of just dulls things and makes them, I don't know, gross. I don't like it. Anyways, and so yeah, just a little bit of mixing. I sprayed it with a fixative because, as you could see, it was, when I closed the book, that was, gouache is very delicate, so it was like rubbing over. So I sprayed it with like a fixative varnish, and it went like all powdery, with like a powdery haze over top of it. I would not recommend. There must be another way to seal it, or maybe you just deal with this. And then I practiced opacity. This is opacity on white, this is on black paper. And then, you know, just different techniques like mixing thin paint, thick paints on top of, you know, layering. And I practiced some blends, and I practiced a couple. I painted this daisy. This one's on a black background, and this one's on black paper. And I think I did this, I think I did these from a Skillshare class. They might have been from somebody on YouTube, and I really honestly wish I could remember, but I can't. So if it was you, thank you. And sorry to everyone who wants to know and I can't tell you. So anyways, now I'm doing just some practice landscapes. And I've got one done here, and I've got just in front of me on my iPad, a different, similar but different colors, just a hazy layered mountain landscape that I'm going to put in this one, and then a couple more in here just to practice color mixing and layering. Still drying, but there's another one. I'm going to take this washi tape off because this is so nice to take off the tape and see what's underneath. There we go. Couple of simple little layered landscapes. I'm still struggling with my consistency of water versus paint. I come from like watercolor. I love watercolor, so I keep mixing things too thin. And then I think when I get it the thickness it's supposed to be, I feel like it's too thick, and I thin it out a little bit more, and then you can see like some of the paper through it. Yeah, I tried to give it some, because like as the hills got closer to you could see like some of the detail. I tried to give it some extra colors in there. I'm not even sure if it's showing up on the camera. And it kind of just looks blotchy, but whatever. First couple of tries. Yeah, on to the next ones. Hi. What are we gonna do? Huh? Hey, Coda, what are we gonna do? You guys wanna go for a walk? Go outside, go for a walk? Okay. Coda, come here. Okay. So I thought I'd just do a little bit of voiceover here, talk a little bit about what I'm doing in these next couple of paintings. As you can see, they're not really landscapes. I decided I'd try a couple of cloudscapes, I guess you'd call them. Just found a couple of images on Pinterest and thought I'd try to recreate them in gouache. You'll see that the results are sort of mixed. If I can figure out how, I will pop up a little image of the actual photo so that you could see what it was I was looking at when I was trying to paint these things. The things that you see me using, the brushes I'm using, I have two Trekell brushes. I believe they are synthetic. I can't remember. They're synthetic ones. I think they're made for pretty much multimedia, mixed media. And I had a Cotman brush in there, but I'm only just using the Trekell ones because these paintings are quite small. On the left, that's a Stay Wet palette by Stevenson. And it's just got like a sponge underneath that paper, and the sponge just stays wet and it kind of keeps your paints from drying out. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but I find here like my watercolors and my gouache, they dry out super, super fast. And I know you can re-wet them, but gouache is kind of nicer when it's not dried out and re-wet. I had also recorded the end of my paintings to show you the end of them and talk a little bit about my thoughts on it, and somehow I have lost that footage, so sorry. Next, you're going to see me doing some order packing, and I thought I would just maybe tell you a little bit more about me and my hopes for this channel and my business while this packing is going on. As I said earlier, my name is Wendy. I'm an artist and illustrator, Canadian. I have a background in graphic design. That is what I've been doing for the last 15 years or so, and have decided I just really need to get back to my creative art roots. I've always really loved being creative and artistic and painting and drawing and making things. And when you're in graphic design, it's not quite like that. You're more like somebody else's tool. They tell you what you want, you sit down, you make it done. And there's some space for creativity in that, but it wasn't enough for me. So on the side, I have started this business. I'm calling it Bazuta Art Studio, where I am just basically creating things I like, designs, illustrations, pins, keychains, whatever suits my fancy at the moment. And I have an Etsy shop that I have uploaded a lot of these things. And I'm trying to, make a go at selling my artwork and my designs, just doing things that make me happy. I've been thinking about doing a vlog for some time now. Sometime back in 2019, I think is when, maybe even earlier, I had thought about doing some YouTube videos. I just always procrastinated, chickened out, didn't really know what to post. Finally, I have bit the bullet and here I am. And what I'm hoping to do with this channel is to make a record of my growth as an illustrator and taking this path out on my own following more my art than, you know, my design that I've been doing in the past. And occasionally you'll see probably some painting videos, maybe some unboxings every now and then. I've got one planned now where I've done a small business haul and bought some stuff from some small businesses, Etsy shops and such, and making a video on that. But pretty much just a lot of stuff art related and illustration related. I don't know how frequently I will be posting. My goal would eventually be to do a video a week. Right now, because I'm new, I'm really slow at this, so I'm not sure how often I'm going to be able to get them out. I'm also not used to the process of filming my life. I will get through making something or creating something, and I will think after I'm done, should have recorded that. So as I get used to incorporating filming my life more into my actual life and doing things, hopefully I will become more frequent at my vlogs and my posts, as well as the quality of my posts will hopefully go up as I get quicker and better at editing. But for now, thank you for sticking around to watch my first video. Please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I promise there will be more content in the future. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this and maybe some ideas on what kind of content you would hope to see. Is there something that you just wish you could find on YouTube that is art and illustration related that you haven't seen yet? Or just ideas in general of stuff you've seen that you'd like to see more of? Thank you again for watching. I'll talk to you again in the next one.